I'm tired, fam. I'm tired. This is the last time I'm doing this, by the way. I'm tired, fam. I'm tired. We started shooting this thing on Monday. It's Friday now. Since then, I've pulled my hamstring. I lost electricity and heat in my house. My boy Mustafa lost the footage. I'm still wearing the same clothes, fam. 5 days after, fam. Guess what, though? They still haven't solved Mariam's case, and the sun is shining. So it's still a perfect chance to shit on the UK. Well, it's definitely not glorious weather this evening, ladies and gents. But I guess it's a perfect chance to shit on the UK. So sad news coming out of the UK. An 18-year-old Italian-Egyptian student called Mariam Moustapha died this month after a mob of 10 girls attacked her outside a mall in Nottingham. This isn't the first time something like this happens, and it's not the first time something like this has been all over the news. But we're not gonna do the angry brown thing and go on a heartfelt rant. Not now, anyway. But what we will do is go over some key points in this case. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna smash the whole case. So first things first, we're gonna talk about the popo, the police, the 5-0, you know, those guys.
The police coming straight from the underground.
Amr al-Hariri, Mariam's uncle, said that 4 months before the incident actually happened, the same group of girls attacked her and her sister Malek. That time, they broke Malek's leg. Now, naturally, their parents reported it to the police. But you know how the UK is. You fill in an application with your details, no one was arrested and nothing happened. And clearly, the threat on the girl's life didn't end. Now, the Nottingham police, yes, the Royal Majesty's Nottingham police, said, quote, "At this time, from our investigation, there's no information to suggest that the assault was motivated by hate, but we can continue to keep an open mind." Continue to keep an open mind? What is this, bro? A Tinder profile? Anyway, the Nottingham police and the UK Home Office, they were saying to people, please don't post comments suggesting that the incident was propagated by hate. And to keep the whole journalism thing alive, they actually said, quote, "It's an active ongoing investigation," and saying that, quote, "the legal proceedings are active." Alright, mate, but it's been 4 weeks now. 4 weeks. Is it still an active ongoing investigation? Now, obviously, I get it. Seriously, I get it, right? The Home Office and Nottingham Police want to keep it tranquilo. They want to keep it calm. They don't want people to go crazy. Oh, hate incident, oh, racism. I get it, yeah? But where are they when people draw links between Islam and terrorism? Huh? Where are they when people go on the BBC and propagate hate? Where are ya? Let me think. Let me check my Facebook. Let me see. No. I don't see any messages to quiet them down. I don't see anybody trying to stop them from commenting on social media. So yeah, basically, the police coming straight from the underground. And the second up, ladies and gentlemen, was the hospital. So when Mariam was beaten up, she was transferred to the nearest hospital. And then she was discharged a few hours later. And what happened after? Well, she fell in a coma and had 9 surgeries before she died. One thing in mind, really. What the f*** is wrong with the NHS? I mean, seriously, what is that? A result of Tory policies taking money away from the NHS and building nuclear submarines? Nuclear submarines are not gonna save people's lives, brother. And seriously, what was it? Was she not important enough? I mean, word of advice, yeah? And I'm not a doctor, yeah? But it's so simple. So simple. When somebody's dying, you don't make them fill in applications and you don't send them home. You treat them. Yes, you treat them. Tamam. That's done.
Straight from the underground.
Now, third strike, fam, is how did the dear people of Nottingham let this happen? I mean, can you imagine? It was only the bus driver who amassed the courage and sanity to come out of that bus and stop the girls from ganging up on Mariam. I mean, that's crazy, fam. Seriously, that's crazy. When people are getting beaten up, and this is teenagers we're talking about, yeah? Not MS-13 or the Bloods of the Crips, fam. Get involved. Do the moral thing. Try to stop it. I mean, what? What is the other option? What is the excuse? You rushing to work? Huh? What? You had to go shopping in the mall, so you just ignored it? I mean, seriously, what we have to address here is this concept of the spectatorship of suffering. Now, this doesn't only happen in the UK, this happens all over the world. So be human and try to save a human, you know what I mean? And see how it feels. And finally, Shababs, the most important thing about all of this is the narrative. So let's talk about the narrative. Contrary to the Home Office's advice, yeah, we're gonna talk about hate crime. Can't touch me, fam.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
So why we are gonna talk about hate crime is that, you know, over the past few years, attacks against Muslims and immigrants have increased. I mean, just a little. Nothing too serious. Just a little. So let's check the statistics, shall we? Yes, statistics, huh? Data. Let's do the data. Anti-Muslim hate crime has increased by 500% after the Manchester attacks. Beautiful. It has been steadily rising for the last 10 years. Beautiful. Must be nice growing up there, huh? Also, an 172% increase in religiously and racially motivated crime. And hey, that's in the last 5 years, and that's the Home Office statistics, huh? So don't come to me on them comments, oh, where you getting these numbers from, fam? Where you getting... Check the numbers, innit? Finally, ladies and gentlemen, 1,264 hate crimes in 2016-17, and that's in London, fam. That's in London, fam, yeah? The heart of cosmopolitanism. The place that's got more mosques than Medina, fam. A Muslim mayor who supports gay rights. I mean, can you imagine what's going on outside of London? It's crazy, fam. I'm tired, fam. I'm tired. This is the last time I'm doing this, by the way. I'm tired, fam. I'm tired. We started shooting this thing on Monday. It's Friday now. Since then, I've pulled my hamstring. I lost electricity and heat in my house. My boy Mustafa lost the footage. I'm still wearing the same clothes, fam. 5 days after, fam. Guess what, though? They still haven't solved Mariam's case, and the sun is shining. So it's still a perfect chance to in the UK. But I'm tired, fam. I seriously am. And you know why? I keep hearing these people talk about Mariam and the incident, and all I hear is the same words over and over again. Islamophobia, Islamophobia, xenophobia, xenophobia. Wait for it. Islamophobia, xenophobia, Islamophobia, xenophobia. But what does that even mean, fam? There is a serious need for an intervention here. Let's take Islamophobia, for example. So there's Islam and there's phobia. Islam being the religion, phobia coming from the Greek word phobia, which means fear. So what's suggested here is that there is a fear of Muslims. But let me give you a quick phobia lesson. Phobia appears on an elevator. Phobia appears in a roller coaster. Phobia appears when you see a spider. Not when you kill a spider, fam. Not when you kill a human being. Not when 10 people beat up someone when they lay helplessly on the ground. Because what were they scared of? What were they fearing? They weren't running away from her in fright. They were pouncing on her with hate. And hate is not fear. This isn't a phobia of Muslims or immigrants. This is hate. Hate against Muslims. Hate against people who are different from you. And you know, if you don't want to believe me, f it. Call it phobia. Pretend it's spiders being beaten up. But it's not. It's human beings. And you know, when somebody gets attacked from the Jewish community, we call it Jewophobia? Do we call it that? No, we don't. We call it anti-Semitism, right? But before we end this thing, let's take 1 minute and go back to the story, where it all began. Mariam. And let's listen to her family. Come.
When Mariam is born, I do it my best for her. I come here for future, for education, for get better future for my daughter, for tech engineering. It is not fair.
Now look, I'm not down for victim porn, but this is real pain and real suffering. And you know, when somebody dies in the Middle East, in Africa, in Latin America, in South Asia, there's always this outcry. What about human rights? What about justice? What about the person? What about the person's family? What about the person's friend? So what about Mariam? What about her family? What about her friends? What about her rights? What about her justice? So my question is very simple, and it's directed to the police, the hospital, and the dear people of Nottingham. What happened to Mariam? But you know, tranquilo, don't hurry, don't worry. Take your time, because we'll be here, and it's not like anything important's at stake.
Stay there, stay there, stay there.